Have you ever wondered about the concept of sin and its implications in our lives? It's an intriguing subject that has been contemplated for centuries. A sin, in its broadest sense, is a transgression against a divine law or moral code. It's a deviation from what is right, just, or good. However, the notion of sin varies widely across cultures and societies. In some parts of the world, sin is perceived as a breach of divine commandments, an act that defies the sanctity of a higher power. In others, it's seen more as a moral failing, an act against societal expectations or personal ethics. There are places where sin is thought of as an imbalance, something that disrupts the harmony of the universe. It's fascinating to see how diverse and multifaceted the concept of sin can be. But no matter the interpretation, there's a common thread that ties all these perspectives together. The recognition that certain actions and attitudes can lead us astray, can cause harm to ourselves and others. As we delve deeper, let's focus on one sin that's often considered the most malevolent of them all. Pride, often considered the deadliest of the 7 deadly sins. But why is that so? Let's delve deeper into this concept. Pride, in its most basic form, is an inflated sense of one's personal status or accomplishments. It's the voice in our heads that whispers, "Look at me, I'm better, I'm superior." But this sense of superiority is a dangerous illusion, a mirage that can lead us down a treacherous path. Pride has been deemed the most demonic sin, not simply due to its inherent nature, but because of its profound and pervasive impact. It is seen as the original sin, the foundation upon which all other sins are built. It is the sin that often goes unnoticed, subtly weaving its way into our lives, undetected and unchallenged. Pride is a master of disguise, often masquerading as self-confidence, ambition, or even righteousness. Yet beneath the surface it breeds division, conflict, and a disregard for others. It's a sin that has the power to erode our moral compass, blinding us to the needs and feelings of those around us. Moreover, pride is a sin that can lead to downfall. It's a self-imposed trap, a precipice on which we teeter, often unknowingly. When we let pride take the driver's seat, we risk losing our way, veering off the path of humility, compassion, and understanding. We risk alienating those we care about, creating a chasm between ourselves and others. Pride, as we see, has far-reaching consequences, not just for individuals but for society as a whole. It can stifle growth, breed resentment, and foster a culture of self-importance that undermines the very fabric of community and unity. Yet by recognizing and addressing this sin, we can foster a more empathetic and understanding society. One where humility and compassion are valued over self-aggrandizement. The effects of pride on an individual can be profound and far-reaching. It's not merely a matter of ego inflation, but rather a complex web of consequences that can ripple outwards, affecting every aspect of a person's life. Let's delve into this, shall we? When pride swells to the point of arrogance, it often blinds us to our own flaws and limitations. The world becomes a distorted mirror, reflecting only our perceived greatness, while the reality of our human frailty fades into the background. This skewed perspective can lead to a sense of superiority and entitlement, isolating us from others who we view as less than ourselves. And isolation isn't just a social consequence, it's also an emotional one. When we're so wrapped up in our own grandeur, we often lose the ability to empathize with others. We become detached, unable to connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. This lack of empathy can further isolate us, creating a chasm between ourselves and the rest of the world. But that's not all. Pride can also hinder our personal growth. When we're convinced we're already the best, what motivation is there to improve, to learn, to grow? This stagnation can lead to self-destruction as we fail to adapt to life's challenges, clinging instead to a false image of perfection. Now, let's flip the coin. Overcoming pride isn't about squashing our self-esteem or disregarding our worth. It's about acknowledging our humanity, our fallibility, and our need for others. It's about replacing arrogance with humility, isolation with connection, and stagnation with growth. Humility allows us to see ourselves clearly, to recognize our strengths and our weaknesses. It fosters a sense of shared humanity, bridging the gap between us and others. It opens the door to empathy, to understanding and compassion, and ultimately it paves the way for personal growth. By acknowledging that we're not perfect, we free ourselves to learn, to grow, to become better. Overcoming pride, therefore, can lead to personal growth and better relationships with others. It's a journey of self-discovery, of connection, and of becoming the best version of ourselves. And isn't that a journey worth embarking on? Pride doesn't just affect individuals, it can also have a significant impact on society. When pride permeates a society, it can lead to damaging conflicts and divisions. Picture this: individuals puffed up with self-importance, unable to see beyond their own perspectives, their own desires. The result? A society divided, a society where cooperation and mutual understanding become increasingly difficult to achieve. Now, let's consider the flip side of the coin, a society built on humility. In such a society, individuals acknowledge their limitations, are open to the perspectives of others, and are willing to cooperate for the greater good. Rather than fostering division, this fosters unity. Rather than promoting conflict, this encourages cooperation. Rather than hindering progress, this propels it forward. Just imagine a society where humility is valued over pride. It's a society where individuals work together, where empathy and understanding are commonplace, where progress is made not at the expense of others, but for the benefit of all. A society that values humility over pride is one that fosters unity, empathy, and progress. In conclusion, pride, often considered the most demonic sin, has significant implications for both individuals and society. Throughout our discussion, we've unraveled how this seemingly innocuous trait can evolve into a destructive force, impacting not only our personal lives but also the broader societal fabric. It is the original sin, the foundation of all other sins, often going unnoticed and rarely preached about. Yet, it is in recognizing and confronting our pride that we find the path towards spiritual growth and harmony. The journey may not be easy, as it requires us to challenge our deepest beliefs and attitudes. But remember, every step towards self-improvement is a victory in itself. So as we embark on this path of self-discovery and spiritual growth, let's support each other. If you found this video useful, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't go just yet though, watch the next video on your screen. Share with us things you're doing that are considered sinful and you are ready to give up. Let's learn and grow together.